Just going to make an aubergine curry, simplest way, easy. सब्जी बदामां दी बनानी बहुत सौखी जी, सीधी जी सौखी सब्जी। You can hear the sizzling of the onions with the oil in there, and it was a teaspoon of the jeera, cumine seeds. So all I'm doing is now is letting the onions cook a little bit, bringing it into a nice golden brown. सब्जी ਨੂੰ तड़का लगाया, तेल पाया ते गट्ठे ते जीरा. Next I'm going to be adding the ginger and the garlic, and it will come to a nice golden brown colour, so I know my onions and the ginger is cooked for me to add the next ingredients. I tend to cover it, keep the steam in, and it also helps to cook it, and also we don't have so much of the cooking aroma. It narrows it down, even though I've got the extractor fan going, so that really does support the cooking, and I don't have to have so much of the onion smell. Check it. Just recently now, because of lockdown, I have changed a bit of the way I'm doing things. What I've started to do is just keeping frozen garlic and frozen ginger. Also, this speeds up a lot of the cooking if you've got the space in the freezer. I always think this is an advantage to keep in the freezer. If you're not feeling so good, it helps with the cooking and it makes it so much easier. So this is frozen garlic, frozen ginger. So I've cooked the onions for a few minutes. I'm just going to put the gas up a bit. And what I'm going to start doing, I'll just cook that a little bit more, and then I'm going to add both of these items into the onions and cook that a little bit more. ਹੁਣ ਤੜਕੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੈਂ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਲਸਣ ਤਾਂ ਅੱਧ ਕਰ frozen ਪਾਉਣ ਲੱਗੀ. So that's it, that's the ginger and the garlic gone in. Bring it down low, put the lid back on, and come and mix it in a few minutes. So what I'm doing is I've got the butter out, it's unsalted butter. I'm going to put about an ounce in it. And this is just to give it a little bit more flavour. And this just, with the oil and the butter, this will just help it a little more. I didn't want to put any oil in, so I've gone for the butter, which will also stop the onions from burning. Leave that for a few minutes. So it's an aubergine curry that I'm going to be making. Got to get these washed and chopped. So it's going to be 3 aubergines. Let's go and get the potatoes. So I've got the British baking potatoes. They're a good size. So what I'm going to do is I'm only adding 2 of those in because they're quite big. And I'm only doing 2 just for the children's sake as well, just to get them to eat. Just going to have a look to see how the onions are doing. Not quite ready, so I'll cook them for a few more minutes. Whilst the onions get cooked, what I'm going to do is quickly get the potatoes peeled. Now I'm going to chop them into like chips, just for the sake of the children's sake, so they can eat. Especially with Ruby, who tends to not eat so well, and if she sees chips, which is her favourite, she will eat them. Now I'm just going to go back to the onions and have a look how they're doing. And look at that. Got a nice golden brown colour there. Put the gas up a bit, cook that a few more minutes, and I'm going to add the turmeric in now. Right, now for the turmeric. You can put, I've put 2. I wouldn't put too much in because it will stain everything. If you've got it on clothes, items, it does stain. Not easy to get off. So I've added that in. I'm going to add a drop of water. Help the turmeric cook now. And also I'm going to add, probably can't pronounce it right, but it's Methi, and it is a Funugreek. And all I'm going to do is get a handful and try and crush it in. Now I have a handful there, as much as I could, and I'm going to break it down by putting it in my hand and just twisting it, because I've tried other items with machines and that. But yeah, just with pressure, and you're pouring that in. Now this gives it a really nice taste. I've put that in and we're going to cook that. Now next I'm going to add in tomatoes. These are actually salad tomatoes, so I won't be adding them in because I'll keep them for salad. But I do keep handy some tinned tomatoes. Now these are with herbs and they are, well, they are chopped. So with herbs and they are chopped, it makes life easier. Now these are quite nice. I've used them before. So I'll be putting these in, and I'll put half a can of those in. Now that is absolutely lovely. Looking as it should do. Now I'm going to add in half a can of the tomatoes. Chopped herb tomatoes. So I've added half the tomatoes in. Turn the gas on. So that's the onions cooking, and it looks lovely. The colour's great. Put the tomatoes in, and now I'm going to add in the potatoes.
Comment at the end and tell me if this curry was easy.
Aloo. Giving them a mix. I'm going to cover those, and I'm going to let them cook for about 5 minutes, and in that time I'm going to prepare the aubergines. I'm just giving them a good wash. I've washed the sink out first. Just lukewarm water. I didn't get the stickies off. We'll see if these will come off, and then I'll have to wash them again. But some people leave the skin on. I personally am not that keen on the skin anymore. So I tend to peel a lot of the skin away and just leaving a slightly skin on. Again, that's up to each and every one. You can leave the skin on. Normally I used to always leave the skin on. So they're not going to come off anyway. So it's probably better that I just peel it all off. What I've just done is added some boiling water in, just a couple of drops, just to help the potatoes cook, stop it from drying out. So now what I'm going to do is get the aubergines ready. First of all, I'm going to start with taking this end off. It's quite easy. This is the way I do it. Just pull it this way and then just chop it down. But what I'm going to do is, now I'm going to peel the skin off the aubergine. I'll leave a little bit on so we know which curry it is. And also if it makes sense to leave a little bit on for the ones that do like the skin. One of my daughters does not like the skin at all. That's enough of the skin. Now I'm going to chop them. It doesn't matter how you cut them. Choice is yours, but I'm going to make them into just little squares, not too small. The onion and the potatoes and the tomatoes with the methi, garlic and ginger and the turmeric. That looks great. They've had a good 10 minutes. Just giving it a good old mix so everything is nicely mixed in, and then I'm going to add the salt and the garam masala. This is a very basic aubergine curry because of the children. I haven't added any chilies in it. You can add chilies. I'm not adding them in because my children won't eat them. But I might just put a little bit of black pepper in. Again, it's only a small teaspoon. I'm going to add the salt in. I'm going to put 2 of those in. And if you need some more, I can always put some in again. If you've got it under, you can always add to it, but not reverse it. But, well, there are ways. Some people can do it, but I'd rather not. And I'm just putting just less than a half of the garam masala. That's got all the spices and everything in it. Just turn the gas down and I'm going to let that cook. Give it a good old mix. I just wish I had some of the fresh coriander. I might pop out later and get some of that, I think. I do prefer the fresh coriander in. Half of teaspoon of the black pepper. I'd say that's half-ish, or just a little bit, no, I will add a little bit more. Slightly a little bit more in, so make it a half, and I'll see how that goes. Then I'm going to add in the bay leaves, as I don't have any coriander. And that's it. I'm just going to let that sit and cook and come and check on it. Now this should take, I think, between 20 to 30 minutes to cook. And I am keeping it on low gas. I have boiled the kettle, so I'm just going to add a few more drops of the warm water just to help it cook. That will cook nicely, and yeah, all you do is let it sit and just check on it and give it a mix every so often, and we just wait. And when it's finally cooked, if I've got some coriander, I'll put fresh coriander. The aubergine curry was cooked in 20 minutes, smells delicious. Sabji ban gayi 20 ਮਿੰਟਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਸੋਹਣਾ ਮਹਿਕ ਆਉਂਦਾ. Serve it as you wish. ਰੋਟੀ ਨਾਲ, ਚੌਲ ਨਾਲ, ਦਹੀਂ ਨਾਲ, ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਖਾਓ. Thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please don't forget to click on like, and also I'd love you to subscribe to our channel, and hope to see you in my next video. ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ. ਵੀਡੀਓ ਜੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਸੰਦ ਆਈ ਲਾਈਕ ਕਰਿਓ ਤੇ ਸਬਸਕ੍ਰਾਈਬ ਕਰਿਓ ਜੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਬਸਕ੍ਰਾਈਬ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈਗਾ. ਨੈਕਸਟ ਵੀਕ ਫੇਰ ਮਿਲੂੰਗੇ. ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ. Also, guys, I'd love you to leave me a little comment to tell me if you think this aubergine curry was easy.